So the way my project works is it takes character input. Um, the way my project works is if you input a character into the text input system, this sends an instruction to the Arduino, which causes a buzzer to create a certain tone, as well as an LED to light up in a certain color. I when I My motivation to create this project was pretty much a piano, which is why I named my project Sound Symphony to showcase just how many different songs you can make with it and how you can play it almost exactly like a piano.
The most challenging part while creating Sound Symphony project?
The most challenging part of creating the Sound Symphony project was probably the coding.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Moonpreneur Podcast. Today, we have a very special guest with us, Tanvi, a proud STEM ambassador and a young innovator who is passionate about technology and creativity. And we're excited to dive into her amazing project titled Sound Symphony. Tanvi, we are so happy to have you here with us today. Welcome to the podcast. And please let us know, what does it mean to be a STEM ambassador here?
Thank you so much for inviting me here today. So I'm a STEM ambassador in Moonpreneur STEM Ambassador program, and what it means to me is being able to teach robotics to the next generation. When I was younger, I was very interested in robotics and STEM, and I was taught by some wonderful mentors. And being able to pass on my love for the STEM field to the next generation is very meaningful, and that's a core part of being a STEM ambassador.
Yes, and that's a great explanation for the same. And as an ambassador, what are the responsibilities of a STEM ambassador?
So as a STEM ambassador, I'm the in-person liaison between the virtual instructor and the children and the participants. So I basically assist children with not only technical help with our software Tinkercad. I also help kids by furthering their robotics knowledge. I offer them challenges just in case they finish the activity early, and this is a really meaningful part of of me being a STEM ambassador. I also am able to communicate to the parents and explain to them the benefits of the Moonpreneur program.
Sounds like an important role to me. So tell us, why did you want to become a STEM ambassador?
I've always been interested in robotics, and to be honest, I recently discovered my love for teaching. I've always been interested in robotics, and I was on my school's robotics team in the 4th grade. And it was really new to me, and to be honest, new to our school as a whole. But I was taught by my amazing teacher, and me and other members of the robotics team were able to learn together. I stuck with the robotics team from 4th all the way up until 8th grade. After that, I aged out. But in 8th grade, I realized that I wanted to help other young 4th graders that were just getting thrust into this new robotics program. That's when I started teaching, and I realized that I loved it, and I loved being able to communicate my interest to others and interesting them in the same way that other people were able to incite my love of robotics. That's the main reason I wanted to become a STEM ambassador, to be able to further other kids' STEM knowledge and pass on science and technology to the next generation.
Really, I would say that's really inspiring, Tanvi. And with your new passion for teaching, I'm sure you're gonna get so much to learn ahead, really. And what do you enjoy the most? What do you enjoy the most about representing STEM?
One of the things that I enjoy the most is being able to use my knowledge to teach others. These kids, a lot of them just haven't had much experience in the STEM field, which is really a shame because as soon as these kids get some experience in robotics and making their own gadgets such as a traffic light, their faces instantly light up. And being able to spark that love of STEM is one of my favorite things about teaching and being a STEM ambassador.
Really, that's wonderful to hear, Tanvi. Really, inspire other students to join STEM activities. What do you do?
One of the best ways to inspire kids to join STEM activities is just by showing them some of the cool things that you can do. For example, in robotics, one of the best ways that we got people to join our school's robotics team was by driving our robot around. But it's important to note that once kids are in the STEM field, that you need to provide a safe learning environment for them. make sure that it's okay for kids to make sure it's okay for kids to make mistakes, and instead of berating them, saying, "Oh no, why did you do it like this?" you can instead help them and reframe their way of thinking to solve a problem.
Really impressive, and that's great leadership quality, Tanvi. And personally, I would like to know that what is one important skill you learned through STEM?
One of the main skills that I learned was being able to pursue my curiosity. As a kid, I was always curious about random things, and especially that's why science was a main interest of mine. But I never really knew how to research these curiosities and questions that I had in my mind. But as a high schooler, I've now developed key research skills that are essential in the STEM field. For example, if I want to know more about projectile motion, I can easily learn a physics class online. And being so involved in STEM has allowed me to take that key initiative and actually further my knowledge.
Yeah, such an important skill, I would say. And like when you finish coding, like how do you feel when a program is completed?
I feel it's a really rewarding feeling. If you've never coded before, definitely try it. To me, coding is like a puzzle. You have to put all the pieces together in just the right way so that it makes sense to both you and the computer. And since I'm still learning coding, sometimes it's hard to get all those pieces together correctly on the first try. But when it finally comes together and you and the computer are able to work together so harmoniously, it's really rewarding being able to figure something out.
Yeah, and I would relate to that really. And that must really feel amazing. And finally, I would like to ask that. What advice would you give to other students, kids who want to try STEM?
Well, for all other students out there that are aspiring to go into the STEM field, I suggest to keep persevering. The hardest part about learning something new is just the roadblock at first. You feel like you don't know anything, and I've experienced this many times as I was trying to further my knowledge in STEM. But if you continuously keep researching and improving your knowledge, you'll soon realize that it's not too difficult. Or even if it is difficult, you now understand it. You now understand this new field of knowledge enough, and that feeling is really rewarding. Being able to learn something new.
That's fantastic advice, and that feeling is rewarding. And very motivating, Tanvi, really. Great advice. Now, a little about your project, Sound Symphony. We would first like to know that what was one thing that inspired you to name your project Sound Symphony?
So the way my project works is it takes character input. The way my project works is if you input a character into the text input system, this sends an instruction to the Arduino, which causes a buzzer to create a certain tone, as well as an LED to light up in a certain color. My motivation to create this project was pretty much a piano, which is why I named my project Sound Symphony, to showcase just how many different songs you can make with it and how you can play it almost exactly like a piano.
Yeah, I would say that's also such a creative reason to begin with, really. Now, what is the main idea or goal behind this project that you made?
The goal behind this project is to introduce robotics to kids in a really intuitive way. So this project allows kids to not only just play something and hear sound and see a light, but it also allows them to explore exactly how it works by testing out different inputs, by physically seeing the code, and also seeing how all the parts attach together. Being able to see the actual components of this project is one of the main motivators of kids to learn STEM. Being able to see not just that something works, but how it works as well.
Yes, nice. And that sounds exciting. And to build it, what are the components you used to create different sounds?
So the first component that I used was the Arduino Uno. This is basically the brains of the project. Any code that I put goes to the Arduino, and it basically tells other components what to do and when. The next component that I used was a buzzer. This buzzer can produce many different sounds at many different tones. This allowed me to vary which sounds my project, Sound Symphony, was emitting. And lastly, the last main component that I used was an LED. This LED was able to glow in many different colors, depending on the input of the user, which again added for a little bit more excitement when kids were playing the piano on my project.
Yeah, great choices. And about the coding a little, like how does your code control the music or the sound patterns?
So this code works by taking an character input from the user. So we chose the system to basically keep it simple for kids instead of having to. We chose the system to keep it simple for kids. That way, kids would only have to hit one button, and the code would emit an output. We also once the participant hits a key, this instruction gets sent to the Arduino Uno. The Arduino Uno then checks if this character matches any of the pre-existing characters in its database. If it does, then it sets the buzzer to a specific tone and then sets the LED to a specific color.
That's smart programming, really. And did you use any button sensors or gesture to trigger the sounds? How?
Since this was a completely virtual project, we didn't want to use physical buttons or sensors that would actually be on a physical project. Instead, we decided to keep it virtual through one of the easiest input methods: characters. Everybody knows how to type on a computer, and this way, kids would only have to input one character to get their desired output.
Very cool. And that makes it interactive. Now, what was the most challenging part while creating Sound Symphony project?
The most challenging part of creating the Sound Symphony project was probably the coding. Before I created this project, I'd mainly been experienced in block coding. While I had done a bit of HTML, I'd never been using my coding knowledge to actually program components. So to make the Sound Symphony project, I had to learn a whole other coding language. But because this project was very interesting to me, and because of the help of Moonpreneur, it ended up being very rewarding in the end.
Yeah, and that can be tricky, really. Coding can be. And great job handling it. And when choosing music, how did you decide which melodies or tones to include?
So instead of including full-on melodies, we decided to include single tones for each character that was inputted into the system. This way, kids would easily be able to correlate, this tone matches with this character, instead of having a whole song play. And also, instead of having an entire pre-existing song, kids would be able to create their own interesting melodies.
Yes, wow, nice selection. And I'm curious now, can your project play multiple sounds in sequence like a real symphony can do?
Yeah, it works pretty much exactly like a piano, except that kids can see the physical components of why it works. Participants can hit multiple keys in sequence, and then when the Arduino receives this, it will be able to play multiple sounds, and the LED will be able to glow in multiple colors in sequence.
That's impressive. And in real life, how can this project be used in real life?
This project would most likely be used as a bridge between music and robotics. I would know firsthand. I've been playing piano for as long as I can remember, and this project really served as a way for me to use my music knowledge as well as my robotics knowledge and coding skills to create this this Sound Symphony. So this project would allow kids that love either music or robotics to develop interest in the other subject.
Great. I never thought of using this project this way, like you said, and that's a thoughtful answer, Tanvi. Really inspiring work. And what I would say, like, what an inspiring conversation that was, really. Tanvi, thank you so much for sharing your journey as a STEM ambassador and walking us through your creative project at Sound Symphony. And it's truly impressive to see how you've combined innovation, problem solving, and passion for learning into such a wonderful creation, I would say. And your projects this specific project, it really reminds us that STEM, it's not just about, coding or making circuits. It's also about creativity, imagination, and confidence.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
It was a pleasure.